Hi, and welcome to Energy Offset Accounts and Strata Apartment Buildings. Strata schemes have funds on hold for major capital expenditure. These funds often are receiving 0% interest, or in a good case, 0.55% or 0.65% interest per annum. The strata legislation in most states mandates that each strata building has a sinking fund plan for 10 years. However, 99% of strata schemes don't take any notice of their 10-year sinking fund plan and tend to run their buildings on annual budget cycles. We can see across the states of Australia the names that are given to the different strata plans and the names of the different sinking funds or capital works funds. The funds for strata buildings are held by these institutions, a mix of large and smaller credit unions and banks. The rule of thumb is that the sinking fund or capital works fund should be 1% of the building's replacement value. According to the Australian Strata Insights Report 2020, produced by UNSW City Futures, there are 340,000 strata schemes in Australia with an insured value of over $1 trillion. The ideal aggregate capital works fund balances for this population of buildings would be $11 billion. However, many capital works funds are underfunded, so the total amount is less than this. However, this is one of the largest pools of funds in Australia, receiving highly unattractive returns as little as 0% per annum. Some new entrants are waking up to this local source of funds. So, for example, Volt Bank is what's called a neobank. They were formed in 2019. And in June 2021, it was reported in the Australian Financial Review that they are actually targeting those deposits made by body corporates. So how does an energy offset account work? Well, first of all, each strata building typically has an administration and a building capital works fund. The administration fund is used for operating expenses, and the capital works fund is used for major projects, such as replacing a lift, repainting the building, etc. So an energy offset account is a special account which is designed for strata buildings to move a portion of their capital works funds into for an undefined period of time. So it's similar to a home loan offset account, and it's also got some characteristics that are similar to an advance notice or notice saver account, which you might be familiar with from, say, ANZ Bank or AMP Bank or Rabobank. So once the building moves part of its capital works fund into the energy offset account, the financial institution actually uses that money to invest in renewable assets, such as a solar farm or wind farm. And then the returns from the section of that solar farm or wind farm, a much higher interest rate is paid back to the building for those funds, usually in the order of 5% per annum or above. The manner in which these funds are paid back to the building, though, are by a credit onto the building's energy retailers for electricity and or gas, such that the actual utility bills received by the strata manager on behalf of the strata scheme already have the financial credits from the investment into the renewable energy assets, such as the solar farm, credited off those bills. Then the strata manager pays the bills. Now, the beauty of this model is that there's no need to buy more expensive green power at the electricity meter for the building. It's possible just to use an existing energy broker just to get the lowest electricity cost that's available anywhere in the market, regardless of whether it's green power or dirty power. And that way, the building maintains the lowest operating cost with the cheapest electricity at the meter, but it's actually offset its electricity and gas consumption through putting some of its capital works fund money into renewable assets, for which the building receives green certificates. Now, the value of the building getting the green certificates is that can boost the 6-star national rating of that apartment building and actually increase the property value of all the apartments in the building. For example, just raising the neighbours rating by half a star for some apartment buildings might reflect in a $30,000 property valuation uplift for all the apartments in that apartment building. So this is an innovative way of allowing apartment buildings to continue to get the cheapest electricity at the meter, not have any hindrance to buying this in a free competitive market, but also improving their returns on a percentage basis from their capital works fund, and also claiming green certificates, which help boost the property valuations of the individual apartments. It creates a win-win for the building, win for the bank, win for renewable energy, and doesn't upset the existing electricity retailers or energy brokers. So I hope you've enjoyed energy offset accounts and strata apartment buildings.